Hey guys, what's up? I'm KASEYKOCHANSKI and welcome back. If you liked my first video, I'm here for another one. We're gonna do another like fall time look. It's pretty much something that you can do all year round, but it is like the warm vibes, super glittery, sexy. You can go out in this, do whatever you want, go to a pumpkin patch if that's what you want to do in this cut crease, glittery, warm, smoky eye. If you want to learn how to do this look, stay tuned. I'm gonna show you how. Alrighty, so to dive right in, I already have my eyebrows on and my lids primed. I'm going to be using the Jaclyn Hill palette. I'm not sure what we're doing today. I know we're going to do like a cranberry look with some glitter, but as far as like eyeshadow per eyeshadow per eyeshadow, like I don't have anything planned in my mind, so I'm just going to whip out this bad boy. I love this palette. It's honestly gorgeous. She did a really great job. There's a lot of warm shades and then like funky cool ones that I've never used that I plan on using, but I probably won't. So I think I'm going to go into the shades that I use pretty much every single day, and that is this one right here and this one right here. I don't know what they're called, but they're pretty much just like a, I don't know, just like a neutral transition shade. And then I'm just going to put that right into my crease. These transition shades pretty much go with any look that you're going to do. They really help to bring any look together and blend out things much more easy. Now that the transition shade is on, I'm going to go in with this shade right here. We're going to be using these two today. This is just pretty much a lighter version of this one. So we're going to put this in the crease, and then we're going to go in with this shade to deepen the crease. So for now, going in with this, which I think is called BUNS, I think. We're going to be turning the brush downward into the crease just to get the color deposited where we want it. Just working this into the crease. I do like a mix of windshield wiper motions like this, and then like swirls, I guess, like circular motions. And of course I'm pulling it outward because that's just the way that I like to apply eyeshadow. Now that that's in the crease, I'm going to go in with the deeper shade, which is this one right here. Really, really pretty. It's like a reddish cranberry shade. I'm going to put that lowest in the crease. So it's going to be the shade that's right next to the lid but not on the lid. So we have to be pretty precise about this one. The other two shades you can be like kind of, you know, like a little bit sloppier, but this one I want to get a little bit more precise. So I'm going to use a tinier crease brush. And I'm just going to go mostly like outer V. And then with whatever's left on the brush, I'm going to start dragging it inward. Always start with a little bit and build upon it because you can always add. It's harder to take away. And if the shape is not exactly what you want, don't worry, because we're going to go in and clean that up with a little bit of concealer. So right now, like, the crease color is starting to, like, creep lower because I'm not the, like, neatest when it comes to blending. So, I mean, girl, I can get a good blend going, but it takes some cleaning up for me. I like to tilt my head back a little bit and look down into a mirror. That way I can really see precisely where my crease is. And I just kind of lightly drag color around. So you really want to pay attention to your pressure, because if you're pressing too hard, you're going to muddy all the colors together. But if you're pressing too light, it's not really going to do much. So you kind of have to have like a precise, like middle of the range type of pressure. I like to add a little bit more pressure where I want the color to be a little more concentrated. And then where I want it to be blended out more, I will lighten my pressure and just kind of like sweep things outward. It's always easiest to work in the outer corner, and then with whatever's left on your brush, start bringing it toward the center, and if you want it to be in the inner corner, you can bring it over there as well. I'm a lefty, so I'm like always going to be in the way of the camera. I'll try to be more mindful. I'm just going to keep building on the color to get it the exact shade and opacity that I like. Okay, so now that I am liking the depth of the crease color, I'm going to go in with whatever's left on my brush for my transition shades and just start blending out the edges and making everything look really gradient and start defining the shape of the eye. I'm using the lightest pressure out here in the way outer corner because you want it really blended in this area. When doing crease work, it's usually like a back and forth type thing. So I started buffing out the edges and making everything look more uniform. Now I'm just going to go in and add a little bit more depth, and I'm going to do that back and forth until I get everything exactly how I want it, which would be the deepest depth and opacity in the crease and a lighter gradient toward the brow bone. I know that this is really tricky at first. It takes practice, don't worry. It's okay if you fuck it up. It's really like just a learning curve. So long as you're mindful of the motions that your brush is going in, you know, the amount of product that's on your brush and your pressure, you will get better and better every single time. I'm going to go in with STILA Magnificent Metals because I freaking love these things in Smoldering Satin. This is like a taupey champagne shade, and it is just like really neutral but adds such a beautiful, beautiful shimmer to your eye. So I'm going to go ahead and apply that right to my lid. So now that that is on and looking amazing, I'm going to go ahead and just deepen the crease a little bit more with a smaller detail brush. And I think I'm going to use this like dark brown shade right here. I wish the names were on this thing, but that's okay. I'm going to put that really, really, really close to the glitter in the crease, but making sure not to get it onto the lid. Turning my brush downward again. With a light pressure, I'm just kind of mapping out where I want it to go. Then going back in with the crease brush that had that cranberry shade, I'm just going to blend out that deepest, darkest shade that we put right next to the glitter. Make sure everything is nice and smooth. All right. I love that so much. So to conceal my under eyes and get rid of this fallout, I'm going to use Shape Tape in medium. And then I just go ahead and cover like any blemishes if I have. I get like a little bit of redness around my nose, so cover that. Blend this out really quick. I'll usually go in with a lighter shade of Shape Tape, so this is light neutral, and just apply a little bit, like right at the edge of my concealer. And then take a fluffy brush or a beauty blender or a concealer brush, and I just clean up the edges, but I follow my cheekbone. So like if you can imagine, you know, like your cheekbone going like up. And that's going to give like a really fierce appearance. Look how nice that looks. Jumping into the contour, I like to use the middle shade of the, oh my god, look, this is well loved. I like to use the middle shade of the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. I just go in circular motions and buff it into my skin. I don't really like to do like super harsh contour. So I like to keep it pretty natural with just kind of like buffing it in and making it like more of a bronzy look versus like super full contour. For my nose, I like to use the lighter shade in the palette and like a flat brush like this. And I run it right down the edges of my nose, but not like on the sides of my nose. You want to bring the contour in a little bit so it makes the appearance of your nose slimmer versus emphasizing the width of your nose. If you contour over here where your nose actually is, it's going to make your nose look super wide. So bring it in a little bit and you've created a little optical illusion to make your nose look smaller. Moving on to highlight, we're going to do Jaclyn Hill Beam shade from her palette. It's this shade right here. It's so pretty. Jaclyn girl, you did this. Now, I can't leave it this light, like that looks insane. So I do go over with Anastasia Beverly Hills Mimosa shade from her GLEAM Glow Kit. And I'll go and like put that shade over top of this so that it's not like so like in your face and like white. But I definitely think this is a sick ass base for highlight. Unless you are that pale, like if you're super, super fair, like this will look so poppin' on you. Yeah, for sure need to go into the Mimosa shade and warm this up a little bit. Oh, so I am going in with MAC Melba. This is such a nice shade for pretty much anyone. Super universal. And I'll go in and blend in circular motions, bringing the highlight and the contour all together and just marrying them. I go in with whatever is left on my like concealer brush or foundation brush and blend out the edges of the highlight, blend out the edges of the blush, and then blend out underneath the contour. This seems like a lot of work, but like on the day-to-day, it's so easy. Like you get this done in like a minute. Alright, skin is done. I'm moving back onto eyes. So I kind of do that. I do like eyeshadow, then skin, then back to eyes, and then like clean up any areas that need to be like reinforced or cleaned up, and then I do my lip and it's a wrap. Oh wait, no. I do lashes, then lip, then it's a wrap. I just went ahead and cleaned up my brows just a little bit and reinforced some of the color because I like to have my brows perfect before I do my eyeliner. That way I know how far out and how high and like what kind of like shape I need to create for my wing. So I'm going to go in with NYX Epic Ink Liner, and I freaking love this. I start in the center of my eye and I just kind of pull outward. I stay as close to the lash line as I can because, like I said, you can always build upon makeup and it's like harder to take away. So I start as close as I can to the lash line. If I need to get it thicker, I'll just go in and thicken the line a little bit. Now to create the wing, I'm going to use my pinky as a pivot point on my cheek. That way I have a little bit of leverage so my hand can keep still. I'm going to hold my breath, say a prayer, and hope this works out for the best. I usually like to pull straight outward, like that. I look down into a mirror so I can see exactly where my eye crease is, and then I come back in and I'll do back and forth until I get the desired thickness of the line. I like to keep the volume of the eye like out toward here, so the line's going to be thicker out in this region, and then it's going to get thinner and thinner and thinner as it comes in. Then I'm going to go from the bottom of my lash line, like if you can like see, like at the bottom of the lashes, on the very outer corner, I'm just going to come up and connect right to that line that we drew. Like that. Then I'll fill it in. And then I'll go ahead and start playing with the thickness and the smoothness of the line. So off camera, I applied my eyelashes and then put like a little bit of white liner in the lower lash line. I'm just going to move on to lip. I've been like debating what I want to do. I seriously love Kylie Angel. This is like my favorite liquid lipstick. It is a little bit drying, but the shade is like so beautiful. I love it so much. But I think I'm going to go in with the Dose of Colors DESI KATY collection in No Shade with a lip liner, which I usually just go with NYX Natural. It's a pretty like neutral shade that goes with a lot of different colors. I like to apply my lip liner when my lips are in like a rested position so I can see exactly how my lips are going to look. Again, pivoting off of my chin this time with my pinky. This will keep your hand steady and allow you to get a range of motion. Now this shade is really light for my complexion, but I feel like when I go back in with the lip liner and blend it all together, it looks really, really pretty. Start in the center. Okay, I think that's a look. Alright guys, so this is the finished look. I'm really happy with how it turned out. It's super like warm and sparkly and really pretty to go out in. It's super festive. Super, 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 super. If you like this video, please subscribe, give it a like, and leave some comments down below so that we can be friends. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you soon.